Get free music on mdundo.com.
They tell me this, they tell me that. They say my bitch, say she a bad. Anytime I knock with that. No rubber band, no rubber band. Every time I put down, they show me that. If I know loud, she got my back. Although you ooh, I'm happy that. Although you ooh, say everything I do is for my woman. Anything I talk, when you talk, I go do, man. Me, I know they see another girl for my visuals. Yeah. Loving you, now in my ritual. My girl, got me, she no stingy. She give me love, so you want it. All of the moves you been practicing. Put it on, talk me. Girl, give me love for my moto. Girl, your light in my store. She and me gone, I must go. She know they acting on so. Say anything I do is for my woman. Anything I talk, when you talk, I go do, man. Me, I know they see another girl for my visuals. Yeah. Loving you, now in my ritual. Me, I know they share my chip. I know they like your
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WeFM 99.9 is on now.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and welcome back to Activated Mornings this morning. In case you're wondering, what was that song that you were just listening to? That is Omah Lay. But before we go into who Omah Lay is and what he's done and why is he trending right now, just want to say good morning to everyone here, the listeners and those in studio. Christal, Reliza, good morning. And of course, Doc, good morning to you there in Streamland. So, Christal.
All right, morning, everybody. And before I forget, because I might forget tomorrow, good morning to Brent, who I met at Games Bookstore. I hope it's Brent. Brent, if it's not, that's not, forgive me, right? But good morning to Brent, who actively listens to Activated Mornings, okay? So, yeah. Morning, Doc.
Good morning.
The Christal, for persons who are in the arena of ducks,
what are you trying to say? Just
ducks
don't even finish that. Don't finish that statement.
In ducks vicinity.
Duck, you out to play, sir?
What did he say?
Duck does be interfere with me. Nobody don't see where Duck interfere with me. Okay.
He does not.
Sorry, no, I didn't hear what he said. What was he saying? I should leave it.
Christal will inform the listeners and yourself, those in your vicinity, Duck.
Vicinity?
Who Omah Lay is and what is he trying.
I didn't realize
massive vicinity too. Doc, you trying to say
wait, hold on. So when you make reference to Christal in that way, what you will say about me?
No. I say Christal would explain to Doc and person in Doc's vicinity who Omah Lay is and what is happening.
I'm not saying that Christal.
I'm not saying that Christal is old. But I say Christal.
I don't get it. Okay, sorry. I read that one went way over my head. But I respect the wisdom of youth. I always do that.
Thank you, Doc. Don't let instigators get in the way of our fruitful discussion this morning.
Please. Pull up
Good
socks.
morning to you. Big shout out, Doc, on not letting you guys.
Let me just type up this
force
memo right now.
an ageist conversation.
No, but is it true of us he called? Oh, that's
I did not.
I feel offended. I need to go back outside.
Anyways, because I was Omah Lay.
So Omah Lay, apparently, he's 26 years old, so that explains quite a lot. He is an African Afrobeats artist. I'm not sure which
Nigerian singer and songwriter. Nigerian.
Thank you for seeing that there.
No, Africans don't like to be generalized like that. So I try to not generalize. No, they don't. They like when people,
which is fair.
Yeah, they like when people single out.
I don't want everybody to call me Caribbean and assume that I'm Jamaican, because apparently Jamaica is the only country in the Caribbean.
Yes.
So I can understand
they really prefer to identify their country.
Oh, this
It's
is
a Western,
interesting.
yeah, it's a Western thing that we just say Africans and leave it there.
Because
Yeah,
it's a country. I'm sorry.
because-
It's not a country, it's a continent.
Continent.
But
It's
yeah.
just like how I would say, like sometimes American.
Yeah, Americans will feel the same
I
way.
guess it's
Africans.
very different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Wow, this is something else worth studying. Anyways, Sincerest apologies, Nigerian Afrobeats artist, and there was a concert and it's been trending over TikTok as well as Resitism. But anyways, where he invited a young lady on stage. All right, you know, sometimes these artists do it. They call up a fan and they do some little shing-ding, dancing,
Menaces
whatever.
do that, like Usher.
And
Dexter Daps.
Dexter Daps too is another menace. But continue, Christal.
Dexter Daps. Anyways.
Listen, I feel like the same like in this Omah Lay conversation.
You started.
Caribbean men deserve reparations for all the mental and physical heartache that they have gone through because of Dexter Daps.
Dexter Daps and Kes, at least those two.
Kes innocent.
For you anyways. So you call this young lady and she gets on stage and you can clearly see that she's really excited to be there because it's Omah Lay, right? But then they start dancing and the dances they were quite provocative. Any person who's not able to see that, something's wrong. And then like this massive curtain drops and it has this kind of silhouette effect, right? And she's there like
at sensual silhouette.
Say that word again, Christal.
Silhouette.
That's not what you said.
As this kind
you said silhouette, but you pronounce it differently. I just wanted to hear the pronunciation.
We have
again.
to listen it back because I'm not sure that I mispronounced it.
That's fine. Keep going. No, you didn't mispronounce. But it was a different pronunciation than what I'm used to hearing. So I just wanted to hear it again.
Oh.
Anyways, go ahead.
Silhouette. Relisa said sensual.
It was very sensual. It was very sensual.
Yeah, it was like, woo, my goodness me. I mean, I guess it added a certain element to the concert, but in the videos that were trending, they panned around to the crowd and there's this guy leaning over, looking all depressed. Apparently her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend.
Should be ex now, yes.
Yeah.
Of 7 years.
Well, you see 7 years. You also said 7 years. But I am pretty sure I saw a clip where he said under a year. So whichever, they were together and his girlfriend went on stage and was very sexual, I find, with her dances with this artist called Omah Lay.
She kissed him too.
I didn't see that part.
That's in there are a lot of clips going around and that's in one of the clips. Same silhouette you just saw.
Dumped. Dumped. So was she wrong? Was she right? Was are the actions excusable? So
was the man insecure?
Yeah.
That's probably the question. Was the man insecure?
Did he overreact?
I find this to be quite interesting because just last week, or was it week before, we were able to play it. Okay.
No, we're not playing it. I'm just showing
I thought it was very
right?
it was too graphic for our listeners and those on the live to really look at. It was quite I can't say it's sensual.
It's worse than Spanish dancing, I find.
Or it's explain the scenario to Doc. Because what exactly is the question?
Right. So was she wrong? Okay. Is her action excusable? Like, could she get away with it? Should she have gotten away with it? And was the boyfriend overreacting, as Relisa asked to? Should she be allowed to do that? It's a one-time occurrence, maybe. Your favorite artist, and you go up on stage and you whine upon him. Probably not like how you would behave with your boyfriend.
Doc, for context, right? She was not just there whining and grinding. Omah Lay was spanking her. It was all kind of nonsense happening in this silhouette. I
watched the wrong clips.
All kind of thing happening in that silhouette performance, Doc. And for context also, the boyfriend did not argue. He did not throw a fit. There was just clips of him leaving the arena, looking all sad and droopy, and you could hear her in the background asking her friends, "It wasn't that bad, was it bad?" And one of her friends like, "It was that bad." But yes, Doc, what do you think? Because last week you were saying it's just a performance.
Yes. I mean, Burna Boy, all these individuals. I think that these artists and the whole cultural shift towards African artists is a good thing. I mean, they've really been trending. I think in what you're asking me, I have found, and the evidence is that a lot of these things are actually orchestrated. You don't want to pull somebody up on stage who's not going to actually perform. I think that the individual would have actually been part of an act. The curtains dropping, all these sort of things and so forth. It's really part of an act.
Okay.
And that the person was probably being paid to do that. And I've known, even in savings, when you see certain people get up on stage, those individuals are designated to be able to be pulled up on stage as opposed to somebody at random.
Not in Victoria
Okay,
Park.
Doc, I have to come in like digital. Our minutes are limited. We want the answer to the question.
Sure.
Did you think that is appropriate for a partner, for you to leave your partner in the crowd and be on stage, grinding and behaving in a sensual manner towards a celebrity?
But you see this happen so often. And is the individual a single person? I am saying the individual is likely connected with somebody. So it's appropriate if it has been orchestrated and part of a process. I'm saying it's probably still okay. It's fun. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that.
Hold on, Doc. Hold on. So you hold on. So you go to an event with your significant other.
You probably buy the tickets.
And you bought the tickets for both of you to
orchestrate his doom.
You hold on. So you're there in the audience with your significant other, and she gets called on the stage, right? And she is there, as Harry said, grinding, etc. on the celebrity who has called her up, the artist who has called her up. What are going to be your thoughts and your feelings there? Is it actually okay? Do you think that is something that you could slight and say it's just a performance?
I admit it's out of the ordinary and so forth, but I think the strength of the relationship should be able to allow you to be able to resolve that and get back together, because there are going to be circumstances that occur like that on many occasions where other people are attracted to that person. And so,
I'm sorry, I need to see the facial expressions in the studio. I'm sorry, Doc.
Expression? No. I don't really see this. I think we're making a big deal out of that. I was looking at
that's like this.
As a matter of fact, Ari a couple of weeks ago was complaining about Usher,
yes,
and so forth and things like that. So I'm surprised he's taking this particular stand. No,
why? This was always been my stance. I said Usher is a menace and he should be stopped. Omah Lay is not a menace.
No, you in your initial argument, I think you targeted Usher more than you're targeting Omah Lay.
Well, Omah Lay, no. In this situation, we have footage of the person's reaction. Okay. We didn't have footage of Swiss Beats.
Stick a beat, right?
Okay.
But Swiss Beats made some public responses, didn't he?
After we spoke about it.
So I don't think it would have mattered. He was fine with it. And that's different. They are artists, they're performing. It is not the same. Okay? Let us stick to this one here. If my let's say Patrice Roberts came here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of men, they love to see Patrice perform. Mm-hmm. And my boyfriend is called on stage and he starts I don't know what he's doing.
Caressing Patrice.
Yeah, and then I realized he doesn't do me those things. I'm like, okay, I will leave you outside the garbage bag like Farm and Happy.
Whether or not he does me those things, the relationship is over. You understand?
Y'all see that sound?
Whether or not. Because
okay, the call is coming through. This person has been trying. Hello, good morning.
Hello, caller, you're live.
There was things that I've seen already. I've seen it on video or in person. There was a wrestler that used to call ladies on stage and French kiss them on stage. There was that rap group named Two Live Crew out of Miami, and they did it once in Harlem and they did it in in Japan that we know of, where they brought a lady on stage and she performed blank blank on them right on stage. I can't say what it is, but you will know what it is right on stage.
As in,
I've been at a R. Kelly concert where he invites
He
ladies.
performed Felicia.
He brought a bed.
That is
He brought a
wild.
bed on stage.
Like Spice.
He brought a bed. He brought a bed on stage, and he invited a lady to come up and lie down on the bed. And he lied down on the bed, and then the bed was elevated up in the air, so we can't see anything.
See, the
He
signs were there,
come
yeah.
off
The
the
signs
stage,
were there.
and all the clothes. We just see clothes start dropping off.
I think
panties and
that's some
underwear dropping off.
orchestrated. That one's some
But
orchestrated.
yeah, it might have been orchestrated. He got out the audience, but it might have been orchestrated. Yeah, that's possible. Now, you say Kesteban, Christal, you say Kesters bring ladies on stage?
no, I said like
what you
in
said?
terms
That's why
of
I'm saying
artists
Kes
that
can't
are
come.
appealing.
No, Kes can't conquer. He doesn't do it. We're talking about artists that do it. Like Spice.
Yeah, I don't see it. I see Kes 3 times in the last
Yes,
in less than a
especially
year.
in that
I
kind,
haven't seen
Kes
him
in
do
that
that.
type of
On stage,
performer.
I guess. No.
Yeah, he not that type
I
of
see
performer.
Dexter Dapp.
Dexter Daps
I
now is
see
a
Dexter.
problem.
I know Dexter Dapp does it. I've
Huge
seen him do
problem.
it. I see it
That
a lot
guy.
on video. But when he performed at the St. Kitts Music Festival, he was clean. He didn't bring no ladies on stage.
Must get
And
warning.
he didn't cause no bad word. He was very clean. Because
Yeah,
he
to
probably
be.
get warning from the the organizers tell you, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that.
Petition P.
All
I'm
right,
giving
have
a
a good morning.
letter.
Bye.
All right,
Alright,
thank you,
bye.
thank you. No,
Thank you for your call.
if I am in a committed relationship and Spice calls me on stage to perform, what is it in the sheets where she bring up the sheet and she put you? No, I ain't moving. You crazy? You crazy? Spice ain't going to be on my way back home, now. Spice ain't going back home with me to
You
face my
smart.
judgment.
If my guy goes up there, he coming back down, garbage bag in your face.
No, Doc, I think we need to draw a line between what is a performance and what is not. And we operating off the idea that this was not orchestrated.
And
Well,
I think
let me say something. Eventually, Omah Lay gave the guy $20,000. I don't know if you are aware of this.
I
Yeah,
know Tyson, I'd give him $10,000 US. I not
Yes.
sure Omah Lay.
no, 20, and that he came through on it and so forth. I still think an aspect of this is orchestrated because
why?
Yeah, why
Out
Omah
of
Lay gave him the money?
embarrassment?
because I think it generated so much attention and so forth. He liked that. It's part of the persona. It's part of what's going. And people were looking for next performances to have something even bigger and better. When the last caller in Queens was talking about R. Kelly and all this other stuff, with performances, they have to come up with something new. They can't do the old thing and to keep the audience because there's so much competition. So I still think this is something that's orchestrated because it went. You didn't think I was aware of this, but I did see it, and I basically
I like how that does keep up with us.
what's that?
That's why I say he little out of place.
That Doc could say jokes.
Know who you're talking to, eh?
No. It's all right. I mean, I tell you something. It isn't really my. It isn't really my kind of thing. Truthfully, it is true. But I was. It was shared with me, and I basically got to follow it because I was asked this question before. It's interesting that you all brought it up now. It's a little. It's not.
Sorry. Oh, I thought you were finished.
It is a trending topic. And that's why somebody like me would knowing that I'm in the audience like yourself, I have to become aware of these type of things. As well as stuff with mental illness, I got to be aware of this stuff too. You know what I mean? So I want to say I think it was orchestrated, and in terms of if it wasn't, yes, I would question it, but I really hope that this is an experience that the love and that these individuals share could keep hold them together and they get back together again.
I was out today. No.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Rosa
Yeah,
had a
but
point
I
to
know
me.
Doc is saying about the strength of your relationship should be enough to carry it through. This to me is disrespect. And if this disrespect is happening in front of my face, imagine what could possibly happen behind my back. So I am not for that at all. And then the thing of it is that maybe I highly doubt that it was orchestrated. And I think that the compensation, the money given, what might have been for pain and suffering and public embarrassment, but no, this is ridiculous. The one thing I would say that probably the good thing that came out of it is if they were still in the dating stages in terms of being boyfriend and girlfriend. And I think the guy may have possibly dodged the bullet in terms of not venturing into marriage, because if this is how your girlfriend going to act over one man, suppose there's a bigger artist who she come into contact with, what's going to happen there?
What happens behind closed doors?
But it wasn't behind closed doors. That's the problem.
As in, this is what he sees. What he doesn't see is a bigger problem.
Exactly. So now, no amount of love could cover this, doc. Sorry.
No. I had to point out the hypocrisy, right? When Kiki Palmer went up and performed with Usher, and don't say that they're both performers. Usher picked out of the crowd like he usually pick people out of the crowd. People were saying that Kiki Palmer's boyfriend was insecure.
But he I feel don't even start talking about Kiki Palmer and her boyfriend, because you see what he did, right?
These things about the guy.
But didn't we say
whatever.
that she was wrong?
No,
we did say that she was wrong.
But
because if you're in a relationship as a woman too, you should not be acting that way.
We might feel that way, but generally, the general consensus, and clearly Christal feels that way, the general consensus is that the guy was insecure and he was wrong. He was wrong to react the way he did. Now, in this specific case, we saw the security guards laughing. We saw people in the front laughing. We saw people elevated laughing.
It was a shock laugh.
What was a shock laugh?
A shock laugh.
Oh, I saw the security guards touching each other like, oh my God, look at him.
Exactly.
And he's there and he's droopy and he's just going through it, trying to keep it together, because he was at the front of the stage while this is happening. And then there's a clip of him leaving the concert all sad and alone.
The clip of I'm telling you something. That is why this stuff is all orchestrated. A massive concert.
It's fine if it's orchestrated, right? But my thing is, let's operate in a world where it's not.
Yes, I know.
Around the discussion around the world where it's not orchestrated.
It's how you're drawing reference to the guy leaving and so forth like that.
Yeah, all of that caught.
All of it's part of the soap opera. And the shares and so forth of it, it just sets it up for the next show and everything like that. The choreographer couldn't have had a better scenario. You understand? They've come up with something very creative.
Listen, the only silver lining is the attention that the guy is getting internationally. He's getting a lot of interviews. He's getting donations. Kai give him paid. He's getting paid. Kai asked the girl to come on to the stream, and she wanted to be paid.
No,
what kind of pain and suffering is he entitled to and so forth? He's not entitled to pain and suffering. I don't believe that.
No one said he's entitled to anything. But I'm saying that's the
what's the name I said pain and suffering. She said.
No, I said that. I said
it was a question that she asked.
Yeah, I said I felt as though because of all of the public embarrassment the man has faced as a result of the video going viral.
So you mean he was suing? He was suing to get pain and suffering?
No, it doesn't have to be a matter of suing. This is a gift to him because he's now in a public domain. He's now being embarrassed. Like he has been embarrassed. And because the artists know that he is the cause of this embarrassment, he's probably out of the goodness of his heart decided to...
Thank you very much. Out of the goodness of his heart. So he's redeemed something in your eyes. All right, okay.
He also getting backlash, so it could be damage control. The person was saying, why would you do that?
Man, let me tell you something. He ain't getting no backlash. He's getting a lot of ratings and so forth. That whole thing with the curtain dropping, the scenario of the curtain dropping, the silhouette and everything like that and so forth.
Part of the show.
It's part of the show. He could not have expected that with the average person. Somebody else could have. Imagine if somebody else had slapped him, or somebody else had run off the stage, and maybe brought an assault charge because he touched her. She did not expect that of him.
So that's the difference.
Doc, what you're saying is all these Dexadap concerts, all these Spice concerts, all these concerts, Usher has been picking people out of the crowd since the beginning of time. And then
selected.
Are you saying that all these shows are orchestrated where they have the people?
No. I know in St. Vincent, the person who goes, when the ladies, the person who goes up on stage, usually we see, I don't want to mention name, we see the same person, who my good friend Puss goes up on stage. I don't even know Puss.
It's because they love being on stage, and they
they love being on stage. But I think there's some plan. There's some plan with these because they know somebody who goes up on stage who can't dance, somebody who goes up on stage who will cry for assault. Somebody you pulling somebody up. There's no guarantee how they will perform.
And Keto, when he called Rashid's girlfriend out the crowd on stage up in a party in Annisville, and it was a whole meme, and it was going around.
But then we've also seen other.
That wasn't orchestrated.
We've also seen other instances where an artist calls a girl onto the stage only to find out that she's underage. Right? There's another situation.
That happened to Akon.
Right, and then
was it on stage or was he in a club dancing?
No, it was on stage. He called on stage. A lot of persons saw it. Yes.
Right. And
then even recently, and I think maybe now artists have to be a bit careful when they call persons on stage and ask, "Are you here by yourself?" Because I remember us recently. No, you have to, because Patrice, I think she put her foot on a guy who was in the audience. He was right to the front. And I don't know if she was getting side-eye from the woman next to him. And she's like, "Miss, I don't want your man, so she ended up having to say that, So it's almost like this line now where artists have to be so careful because persons, you're not sure if they come in with their significant other. And if a woman is going to go on stage, she is volunteering to go with the artist.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it that the boyfriend could do other than allow her to go?
Because she wants to go.
Because she chooses to go. But what it is that if you have that level of respect for your significant other, you will not go.
Ground on,
I agree.
Right there, like cement.
I
remember one time Chanel Mackenzie was performing, and I think one of her songs, I can't remember which song, but she just said, don't worry, it's just a little wine or just a little something. I think that was the gist of the song too. So I don't know, maybe that's just don't call nobody on stage. But then again, that adds to the entertainment value, right?
I think you can call people on stage.
And then we have discussions like these.
But I remember when that thing happened on Annisville, I was looking at it. Because I was on the side, so I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at him in the crowd. And it's kind of like the same look, I never want to experience that in my life. So I would never put anybody in that situation.
It's single as well.
Let me ask something. Gary, I want to get back. That video of Beyonce and
Jean Paul.
Would you have been upset with Jean Paul and a Jay-Z should not have allowed that or something so?
But we can't argue about two artists, right? This woman is not an artist unless she's just starting her music.
No. I'm going back to the Asher sort of situation. You picture now in the same Asher situation with now Beyonce and
Usher.
Usher and Beyonce and so how do you compare the two situations?
Doc, honestly, we don't have enough time to get into the argument. 9:50.
I knew you would back off of that one. I knew you would back off of it.
9:50, Doc.
All right. Before we wrap up, one quick comment. So, what the woman is the one causing the embarrassment, not the artist.
Exactly.
The choice is the woman. So the artist did nothing wrong but entertain. Just wondering if I really think that cars driven in music videos actually belong to the artist, or if the money or gold jewelry are real, and if they're actually singing during the dancing scene.
Sometimes
they do. Sometimes. Listen, I have an issue with my significant other being in those areas of the shows, much less going up on stage, even to dance by herself.
Listen, I saw a video of a guy with some back seats for Wizkid. And you're like, let me see Wizkid call me girl from up. That's how we have to do things going forward. Fellas, no longer will you buy front seat tickets to go on stage. But the time is 9:51.
How about know your girlfriend? How about just doing that? Knowing your girlfriend.
Let's go to the front. Let me test you out.
You know exactly.
Let me test you out.
Nah, I ain't going to pay that money to test you. Sorry.
No. I want it to happen because divorces, they cost a pretty penny.
Oh.
All right. And they waste time too anyways.
All right. The time is 9:51. I just want to say thanks